The moments you remember. The games you can't forget. Marawa Sports worldwide on 947, Vuma FM and Rise FM. Powered by Hollywood Bets.
Now, this World Cup update on MSW is powered by Rexona. It won't let you down. And if you haven't heard, well, Shield is now Rexona, a brand that you've trusted for years and stepping forward with a bold new name. It is pronounced Rexona. Simple, strong, and easy to remember. Now, this new name comes with a fresh new look, advanced body heat technology. So it gets to work every time that you move, keeping you and feeling confident all day. A proud partner of Bafana Bafana, as well as Banyana Rexona. It won't let you down. Somebody that won't let us down, I can tell you that much. Because we're going to be tackling a story that has sparked debate from Joburg to Mexico. I mean, from football purists to passionate supporters. Now, the sound that became the heartbeat of South African football, the sound that echoed across the globe during the unforgettable 2010 FIFA World Cup. I'm talking about the mighty vuvuzela. I don't think they want this beast, but FIFA has now officially blown the final whistle on the famous plastic horn, the governing body banning vuvuzelas from all World Cup stadia, citing concerns over excessive noise levels, fan safety, and the need to maintain controlled match day environment. Imagine that at a football stadium, excessive noise. Hey, who are we disturbing? The neighbors. Keep it down, guys. We're at a football stadium. It's too loud. Calm down. Hey, a vuvuzela, excessive noise. Gary L. Smith, African football journalist and analyst, who's live from Providence in Rhode Island. Good evening and welcome to the show.
Good evening, Robert. How are you? Yeah.
I'm good in Mexico. I'm just worried about what harm has a vuvuzela caused the world. I mean, excessive noise, Gary L. Smith.
Well, you remember, it was in the same year of the World Cup in 2010 that UEFA banned the vuvuzela. So, they were not even ready. They didn't want to give it any breathing space, my guy. This was in September 2010. That's when UEFA banned the thing, and then other countries follow suit. But for this World Cup, I think there's a bit of a little other reason, and not just because, UEFA banned it all those years ago in 2010. So remember when I was at the World Cup draw, you spoke to me in December in Washington. I was there. And 2 days before, there happened to be a seminar that was invitation only that I was lucky enough that, sometimes a friend of a friend who knows a friend of a friend who can sneak into that party. So I happened to be there. Yeah. And the official White House spokesperson on the World Cup, committee chair, Andrew Giuliani was there. And the chief of security for FIFA, that's the guy that you never see anywhere. He doesn't talk anywhere. But because it was at a meeting organized by the Atlantic, he was there. And I happened to ask him about not even just the vuvuzela, right? I just asked him about, Africans. Almost all the countries that have qualified have our very unique instruments that if you go to our individual countries, the unique things that we use to, identify ourselves as Africans, yeah? So are we going to be allowed to bring them knowing how, the United States? And he said that actually we were going to be allowed, but, and this was the big thing, we needed to officially write to the United States security officials ahead of time, give them a copy, or if you like, a sample, or maybe, I don't know whether you call it a sample, right? Give me one vuvuzela. Do you call it a sample? Yeah, a sample vuvuzela for us to inspect, okay, and then check and make sure that it's something we can admit into the stadia. If we think it's okay, then we are going to admit it. So they then called on fan associations or football sporting federations who wanted to bring various things. So I remember he mentioned that people like Mexico and Japan had already written ahead of time to say that, look, we have this instrument, we have this that we want to bring. So my thinking is that probably Africans did not, because, the vuvuzela obviously is traditionally a South African thing, but it grew and transcended South Africa after you guys made it an African instrument. And even in Europe, we saw it in European stadia long after the World Cup was done. So I imagine that nobody wrote to say that, hey, this instrument, the vuvuzela, we want to bring it to the stadia, and can you allow it or not? So yeah, that's my thinking. That nobody, yes. So that's what I'm thinking, that it did not happen. Now, I actually placed a call to somebody who knows somebody in the FIFA security unit, and they said yes. When he checked the list, nobody submitted the vuvuzela for inspection. So there you go.
Sure. I don't know. Yeah. It makes me a bit worried, though, Gary. I think, and you've broken it down perfectly. What goes through my mind is that, are these African football traditions being judged differently from, let's say, fan cultures in Europe or South America?
Well, I would love to say that, because, sometimes the easiest thing or the laziest thing to do is to reach out and touch the banner called racism, or, the fact that the West don't understand these things. But in this case, in America, no. Because, look, the kind of things that they are doing at this World Cup, yeah? I mean, I saw a video of Kevin De Bruyne being searched. Robert, I swear, the first thing that came to mind was, why are they treating this guy like a thief? Like they are doing it to everybody, my guy. And they are giving no quarter. Yeah, I mean, the easier ones are how they are treating Iran and, the Somali ref thing. But I can tell you for a fact, like I'm watching TV and some of the things, like they are being completely, quote unquote, unreasonable and bullish with so many things and everything. It's not just a Black or African traditions thing. So long as they see something and it's alien and they can't bow out the window. So yeah, that's what's happening.
That is crazy. I can't let you go before touching on something that really touches my heart. And I have no idea, no sense of belief of how Gianni Infantino could sway from his promises of inclusivity. I cannot even imagine what is going through the mind of our best referee on the African continent, who gets to be treated on a world platform, on a world stage, almost humiliated in front of the world, made to feel, like you said, like an alien. Surely this is not FIFA. Yeah. Surely this is not what brings us together, Gary, in terms of loving this beautiful game and what the World Cup should be about.
Now, look, I've thought of it, and he spoke. The Somali ref you are talking about, Omar Aitan, has granted one interview since his ordeal, and he spoke to the New York Times. When I read the quote, Robert, I had goosebumps. And he said, I am just a humble referee from a long way away in a village in Somalia who has struggled my whole life to live my dream. And my dream has been taken away from me, Robert. Robert. Like, it's a quote that resonates with everybody. I mean, in my country, Ghana, there are tough places. In South Africa, there are tough places. There are tough stories. But I think we can all agree that the stress of coming from Somalia with their decades-long civil war, like to come out of Somalia to be good at anything in this life, is a special kind of hustle. I think we can all agree to that. And to come from
I agree with you, Gary. You work your entire career, and that's his career. Being a professional referee is a career. I saw this man do what he does best, especially in the recent, Champions League final.
African Champions League final.
He did not care about people's emotions. He did not care about what players felt. He did not care about the theatrics, the drama. All he cared about was, what are the laws of the game? How do I apply them with the world watching? And that's what you need in fairness in a football match.
Now, let me give you a quote of an interview he did that I found. Yeah. About why he does not feel pressure usually in a football game. And this will give you heart-stopping moment. He said, if you come from the background that I do come from, from the hustle that I have come from the existence of seeing war to the scale that I've seen, almost nothing about a 90-minute or 120 game football game will feel like pressure to you, bro.
Yeah, Gary L. Smith. My goodness, my friend. You know what? I know that you're in Rhode Island. Have no idea where that is in the world. You must take me on these trips next time. We talk honesty. We talk the truth, because football should be loved. It's a game that makes people very, very happy. And you find at times that it doesn't get to that level like we are witnessing right now. But I hope justice does prevail. I hope other member nations also stand up. They voice themselves, because I cannot imagine any of this, including the Iranian team, any of this having happened to a German national team or the Dutch national team or England and everybody else just keeping quiet. Why is the world full of such prejudice and injustice and intolerance? I don't know. But what's your next stop? When are you getting to Mexico?
At some point, I'm hoping my immediate task is to follow the Ghana national team, and because this is where they are based. That is why I'm in Rhode Island. I mean, I'd never been here before. You know, it's far from my humble abode. The places this job will take you, eh?
Oh, Gary, love you so much, man. Love the analysis. Love everything that you do. Going to be following you because we also have our interest in Ghana with Roger Desar, Carlos Queiroz. So we're going to be following. And good luck, man. It's 2 days to go. Good luck to Ghana. The Black Stars hoping for success coming your way. That's Gary L. Smith, African football journalist and analyst, coming through live from Providence in Rhode Island. This is hashtag MSW Marawa Sports Worldwide. Hey, guys, don't go anywhere. The minister just rocked up. That was the World Cup update on MSW, powered by Rexona. It won't let you down.
Hashtag MSW live now on 947 Vuma FM, Rise FM, and Soweto Live at the same time. Hashtag MSW.